Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And the number 10, free shipping for your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free items? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything of your desire. Just enter the code GUYSNIGHT at checkout and you'll get 10 free gifts. Go to checkout at AdamandEve.com today. Select any one of the 10 free gifts, including free shipping when you enter the code GUYNIGHT at AdamandEve.com. So today we saw the Disney animated feature, Zootopia, and I gotta say, we got that IMDb, right?
I got it.
All right.
It stars Jennifer Goodwin as Officer Judy Hopps, Jason Bateman as Nicholas P. Wilde, Idris Elba as Chief Boga, J.K. Simmons as Mayor Lionheart, and Jenny Slate as Deputy Mayor Dawn Bellwether.
All right. And the movie itself is about Judy Hopps going off from her hometown to go to Zootopia to pursue a career in being an officer. Through the journey, she develops a case finding the otter. Do you remember his name? Or I think it was...
Oh, man, I can't remember the otter's name.
It started with an O, too. But the Find the Otter... Ostrich.
Oscar.
Was it Oscar?
I can't remember.
Yeah. If we know, we'll put it in the description. But which leads her to this journey of the... Played by Jason Bateman, Fox. I'm trying to think. Nick Wilde. Played by Nick Wilde. And they try and uncover this case together without spoiling too much because, I mean, you have to experience this for yourself. This is another one of Disney's examples how you can make a film entertaining for both kids and adults. But I feel like Zootopia is more geared towards adults.
Yes, it is.
I loved it.
I think the
Oh my
movie
gosh.
came out perfectly in this set in time, what's going on with profiling and kind of racism.
Yeah.
This is like a perfect movie for what's going on in the world right now.
It can show you, it can show you that, like, what happens, you can accomplish a lot if we work together, and despite all their faults and, like, differences.
And it's so clever in its writing, too. Like, I love the chemistry between Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Like, it is, like
Predator
spot
and
on.
prey working together.
Yeah, but, like...
breaking boundaries and, like, the circle of life and everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Simba becomes mayor. I was just like, yo. But, I loved, like, the dialogue in the scene where, like, at first, they're like, oh, why should I help you? And she just, like, hustles him to the heat. She hustles a hustler. Mm-hmm. And I love that aspect of it. I love the, the Godfather ripoff was great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, the character, I didn't even know that was J.K. Simmons. I was like, oh, all right. But, and the twist at the end, where you find out who's actually in charge of the plot. Now, I'm not going to say who it is, but when you find out the reason for why these predators are going, like, crazy and savage.
I ain't gonna hold you. Mine was more on a scientific level of why everything was going savage. I was gonna say them popsicles he's been selling now.
Oh, the popsicles?
I thought it was gonna be the popsicles that he was selling.
Yeah, they were trying to make you cry in that scene, though. Straight up said, it's my kid's birthday. I'm just like, oh.
He had me fooled.
Exactly. I'm
was
like,
so believable.
all right.
I love Tyler Zeus Lester as the other fox.
What I noticed in this movie, which I hope everyone else noticed, is the training sequence when she's becoming a cop. Every scene in that movie is the same as that training sequence of what she was taught at the police academy.
Really?
Yeah. She goes through the sand area. And then when she got to the city, they went to the savannah, the sandy area. Oh. Then they went through the polar area where she was learning at the training camp. That same sequence when she's learning, every scene is like that of her training.
Oh damn, I didn't know that. All right, that was actually pretty cool. I mean, anybody have any favorite scenes or anybody want to go?
I'm still thinking.
All right.
I have to say, favorite scene was probably at the beginning, after they did the play and how she confronted the one fox and everything, kind of like gave her like that driving spirit, saying like,
Oh, you mean the weasel?
"Hey, weasel."
The one who the chase, right?
No. It's
Oh,
at
okay.
the very beginning.
Oh, the very beginning
Well,
where you
after the-
first
after
meet
the-
Nick.
yeah, after the
Okay,
play
Nick
and
Wilde. All right.
everything, yeah, after she like confronted, trying to save her friend's tickets and everything, kind of gave her like that driving spirit. So like, this character's the characters that not going to give up from the very start.
They try to put fear in their hearts mostly, and it's like, you're supposed to be praying. You're supposed to fear this. Watch out for foxes. You can't trust foxes because they're sly. And then she's just like, I don't care.
You know,
I'm
it's-
gonna bring justice to whoever.
I was about to say, I know in Zootopia, I didn't see a giant bat running around who had fear. Just saying. Some spiders in there, that'd be pretty good. Beside that,
I don't think spiders would help. Anything. If anything, they'd be like in the rodent household and just get squished.
but beside
Like a
that,
spider should be.
oh, okay. Beside that, I gotta say the weasel. I love the scene where the chase was cool.
Yeah, there should have been more bats. Bats aren't mammals.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk.
But the scene when they find out that he was like in charge, like he was the one who knew like the hidden meaning, or Gus was his name, or
What are you talking about?
when it was the sheeps that were like down in the subway station.
Oh, you mean that Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
moment?
the Breaking Bad, straight up. But I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about the scene before, like when he has the weasel. He's like selling bootleg DVDs. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
we got
Wreck-It Rhino.
Wreck-It Rhino. I'm
You
like,
know that's a reference to Frozen, right?
yeah, they did
Yeah,
a reference
yeah,
to Frozen also.
No, the weasel's name, Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Duke Wesselton.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Weaselton. It's probably Wesselton.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It
Yeah.
all makes sense.
And then they had, what was it, Entangled or something?
Entangled. What was it? Big Hero 5 was actually
Yeah.
Pig.
He was a
big. I'm like, yo.
It was Pig Hero.
He's like, you selling bootleg DVDs? I was like, he was straight up on the corner. I'm like, yo, this is the guy you'd find in Camden, straight up. Just like, yo, here, take barbershop shop. Oh, here you go, take it.
He's not even need to be in the barbershop. He's right outside. With
Yup.
everything on
Out.
the
Had
carpet
a
right
big
there.
giant sign with his name on it and
He
prices
wants
of DVDs.
people to know, like, yo.
Like, this is legal.
Apparently so. Like the Fox had permits for his popsicles.
True, he did.
Yo, there were some heart.
Panhandling recycled popsicles.
Oh yeah, that was cool. But there were actually some heart-filled moments in like
Oh, yeah, there
Zootopia,
was.
where I was just like, when they get into Nick Wilde's story, I was like, that was all right. But I think that the thing that really sells the gimmick of like, it's not even like, I don't know, maybe it's like a demotion of my masculine side, but I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that they're animals that I felt like, man, this is really sad or touching. But there were just a lot of scenes where I was just like, oh man, I really feel bad for so and so because.
And they try to make it seem like the Predator is like always the bad guy in this, and I'm like, that's the message of the movie. They're not.
Well, they made the first racist thing like right when the scene started. Like, oh, I don't like being called cute. That's our word. I was like,
What?
yo.
Oh yeah. Don't call a bunny cute if you're not a bunny.
You know what they should have? They should have had a bunny come out like, don't ever call me doll. Oh, you get it, yo.
Space Jam.
Yo, what is
Trying to
it?
mix WB and Disney.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would be in
To
Zootopia.
me, I
if you
feel
heard
like
of it.
what's the Fox? I feel like he's a play on something too, like on different movies.
What, Nick
as well.
Wilde?
Yeah.
Like every like 80s, 90s,
Yeah,
like
because
Fox.
he had the
Like,
sunglasses,
just-
and then I feel like when he throws his on, I was like, "What is this, a police academy?" Like, and then he's at the police academy with the shit.
Welcome to
I
Police
was like,
Academy
oh my
4,
God.
guys.
Stephen
There's
Spielberg.
more than four police academies. There's a lot of police academies.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, there's 9, I think. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
They are making another one too.
Oh
Jesus.
No, but that's with what's the name, Key and Peele.
Oh, maybe.
Keanu's gonna be great.
So, anything else to add into addition before we get into our final thoughts?
Favorite parts?
Yeah, I mean,
It was probably the Godfather scene was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie.
oh yeah,
Mr. Biggs.
and he's like a
Mr. Biggs.
possum. I mean, I knew from when he was called Mr. Biggs, I'm like, it's gonna be somebody small. I knew that from the start. I'm like, okay.
I
get
should have
it.
known that, but I didn't know. I was just intimidated by giant freaking polar bears. And I'm like, finally, polar bears getting some shine in there. And I'm like, oh, it's a
Still getting-
possum.
That part, and when they went to that yoga place where all the animals were naked. And
Oh,
that was
yeah.
funny.
By Tommy Chong, too. Like, I was just like, yo, that's perfect casting. Yo, man, what's up?
Get to see Skullduggery.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. At least I'll bathe. But no, the yoga scene and his backstory, Nick Wilde was like, Wilde's story was touching to me because of childhood memories, and I was just like, oh, I feel your pain. So like, I can see why this city just chewed you up and made you the way you are, like a
And
fox.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I like the fact when he makes one good thing. He's like, I learned two things that day: that I'm not gonna let anybody see like when they break me, and also like to stay in the line of what people think a fox are. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like, and there are so many moments where you think that they're gonna say a certain thing or do, and they do the complete opposite and turn it against you, like the
This
speech.
movie was not afraid to go there.
Yeah.
No.
The savannah scene, which she's trained for to begin it, like she's like dealing with the sand. Now she's at the savannah scene. See the changes. Then they went to polar frozen and went to the jungle because of the panther. Training.
I even thought the
Well, yeah.
good.
No, good
No, mine is brief. I'm just saying that again to the cuteness. I think the otter story when the wife comes in, like I'm just trying to find my husband. It's not him. I'm like, yo, that was sad. I was
Yeah.
just like, ugh.
But yeah, the nudist place was hilarious because it was just like they could be nude on screen. They're animals, so
I think they could get away with
they
it.
can get away with being naked, male or female, because they're cartoon animated animals. It don't matter. It's all uncensored. But what got me in that scene was the camel had more memory than the elephant, who's supposed to remember everything. Because the elephant never forgets. That's what it was. Forgot everything about the otter, and he's like, "Where's so and so at?" And it's like, "I don't remember so and so." I kept laughing. I was like, "You're supposed to remember. You're an elephant." And then he's not a camel. He's a yak. That's what he is.
Yeah, he was a yak.
He's a yak, and he's like says everything he remembers flat line. Talks to him. I don't know if you've seen him, but yeah, I remember he was wearing a so and so. Blah blah blah. Describing everything. The elephant could not give him any answers.
No, maybe she just didn't give a shit. She was just like, nope, never heard of him. I'm just like, yo.
She was just doing yoga poses naked out on the beach. It was like, what?
No, but I think still hands down, this it's a shame that like it was in the trailer though. But the showstopper, funny like comedic moments. The sloths at the DMV. Like, I was just like, yo. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Have you heard this joke before? I'm just like, yo, the whole
He went
podcast
to the
just be
DMV
like,
today.
today. Oh, man, that was terrible. And I was like, it's so spot on. I mean, I think the funny thing is at the very end when you find out, like, Nick Wilde and, Officer Hops, you find out that they have like their first like cases. They have a speeding violation. Okay, somebody's going 150 miles an hour, rolls down. It's the sloth. I'm like, yo,
And nice
Nick.
car.
yo,
that slow smile and response.
ha.
No, I like it because he's smiling. It's like, oh, it's my buddy Nick. So I'm gonna get off on this.
Nick, no, slow smile. Yo, the first time he says the knock knock joke, just like that creepy ass smile, just like.
I did like in the beginning when she like was not a traffic meter maid anymore, and her family is like, "You got the safest job on the force." Yes, our daughter's a meter maid. She's not a police officer. Good job, honey. I knew you could do. I was like, oh my god.
No.
But they had a Godzilla scene.
Oh wait.
In the beginning, when she was facing the weasel, they went into Rodent City. And it was
Oh yeah.
She was a giant compared to everyone
Well, that
else.
was, and she saves like mob balls.
She saves a whole bunch of knocking over buildings and
yeah,
whatnot.
she saved
Like,
a lot of small people looking out for the little guys.
exactly,
and the
did
big
more
guys.
than what Superman did in Man of Steel. Anyway,
I wonder how many cars were flattened in Ghost Riders.
I thought you were about to say Ghostbusters. I was like, oh, that trailer was looking good though.
Ghost-
I mean,
I
actually,
like
the trailer was looking eh.
I like the show. It was cool. I just wish the original Ghostbuster cast were just like, all right, we're done. You ladies do this. We're training you a little bit. We're off. We're on vacation.
Well,
We're
technically,
tired.
like the third movie is that game.
You know, we'll say.
Well, that's the game. No, they're still working though in the game. They're just training a new guy. That's it. And they
I
still
know,
have years
but I'm
left on
saying
it.
like that was the script for the third movie.
Yeah, that was supposed to be, but it
Yeah.
never happened.
So, any final thoughts on Zootopia before we conclude? Because I got my final score on what I'm going to give it.
The assassinating sheep.
I mean, like I said, this movie wasn't afraid to go there, and I know I've said this before, but this is like a very, very perfect definition of don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you're something doesn't mean you have to be that
And
thing.
y'all can accomplish a lot if you work together and despite your differences.
That's in any kids movie. That's like the basis of any Disney movie.
Gives
Do you learn?
No. It gives a great message. Take your kids to see this. It was a little bit predictable because I kind of called the villain like almost when we got to the halfway mark. So I was like,
Not me.
Yeah, I didn't get the
I
villain.
knew it too, like he did, but I didn't want to believe it because I felt like it would be predictable. So
Well, I mean-
I wanted that popsicle thing to be a thing.
I'd be pissed if I got a mug that said "World's Greatest Scratch Out Dad." This office assistant.
it's because I kept saying like, oh, it's the one thing because you kept seeing the one thing pop up consistently like, gotta stick together, gotta stick together. I was
So
like,
like
uh-huh.
the what was it? Like Shakira's like the voice of like peace.
The gazelle.
The gazelle. Just rocking her body up on stage.
She had to have a big
that
butt
one
too.
part when everyone in the city was being afraid of predators, and that one tiger sat down on the subway.
So impacting.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
That
the
is
bunny just
straight
moves her
up-
And the
child
bunny
closer.
just moves right over with her child, like, wow.
Because I'm like, that is so heartfelt, but it speaks out. That
It's-
one
that's what goes on
scene.
today. Like,
And then there's like a
wow.
few others.
Today,
like,
it's been going
protesting.
on like
Well, for years.
forever.
For
Like,
years,
it's just.
And there's like a few other like interspecies that are just like holding hands
Protesting.
together. Thompson, we can be peaceful. It's protesting against all the negatives.
Reminds us of a certain period. The civil rights movement.
Let's not go there.
But, alright, with that, I'm going to give
There
Zootopia.
was like something else I wanted to say.
Hey, there was something else. I can't remember what it was, but that was like one of the most impacting.
Oh, the mayor. There we go.
Simple.
Doing the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Oh, you know his ass is going
And
to
I
jail
was
after
like,
that.
such a palatable thing to
He
do.
got out though, so
He wanted like,
Did he?
yeah.
he got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, he was free.
Oh.
He's like, I did the wrong thing for the right reasons. I didn't want our city to crumble due to the fact of like separation.
Wait, but in the
right now.
credits, they showed him back in jail.
No,
No,
cruising
he's
to-
getting out of jail
Oh, okay.
yeah,
because
wanna
they
make
already
sure.
proved that he was framed.
yeah, basically.
I just wanted to make sure because I was like, yo,
He's back in power. Like his main goal was to make sure everyone lived in harmony, and he did by any means necessary to keep it hush hush that people were going savage. And he's like, let's make sure this doesn't get out in the press. We're just trying to find a cure, and then make sure everything go back to our simple ways like it used to be.
All right. So with that, I mean, I said what I had to say about Zootopia. I'm giving it a 4 out of 4 stars.
3.5.
4.
4.
All right. So the overall score for the Guys Night Crew is a 4 out of 4
That's
for
what I wanted to
Zootopia.
say.
Really? Right when we get the score?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I remember now since we did the score thing. It was mostly the parents. I like the parents. I can understand it because they lived back in their old ways.
Oh,
Because it was
see?
like,
yeah.
it was like, oh, predators, don't trust those. Like, don't trust these people. Because, like,
Get your
cats
fox
are-
repellent.
Yeah, it's like they're
Oh,
scared.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their old ways, and then it's like a new way. Like, this new generation, they're like, we don't do that old way anymore. We're here, we're trying to work together. So it's like, she's like, no, forget that scare tactic. I'm going to brace my fears and just take it over. So, that's what it was.
All right. So I guess that concludes this podcast. So until next time, this has been Jared Avery.
Cadillac.
Skullduggery.
Rashawn.
All right. And remember, we do it for the sake of the podcast. Until next time.
Go ahead. I'm too hungry to fight you. We're out.
We're out.